Hey everyone, welcome back. So it took us a couple of weeks, but we finally got moved into the new clinic. And so this week, I want to bring to you a great exercise to loosen up the low back and even get a little bit more motion out of the tailbone, the sacroiliac joints, and even the hamstrings. So we'll go ahead and start at the beginning. So before we begin, what you'll notice here is I've got these two wedges. So these are weightlifting wedges. The point is, you don't necessarily need the weightlifting wedges. The point is that you need to raise your heels at least 1 inch. And the reason for that is because this prepares our body to receive force. So I want you to think about, so I'm going to pause here and just kind of talk about the foot position here, the foot and the shin position. So with the shin vertical and the foot pointed down, this is a position of plantar flexion of the foot. When you think about walking and when you are just simply walking forward in a straight line, every time the heel strikes, that is a neurologic position of force absorption. What that means is when you put the heel down, the body is ready to absorb and receive force. That makes the tissues, that makes the joints more pliable, more mobile in a sense. And so we're putting your foot essentially in a heel strike position with just a little bit of plantar flexion. And that sends a signal all the way up the chain to get ready to absorb force, making the joints and the tissues, the connective tissues, the ligaments, the tendons, more pliable, or able to move and be mobile in various positions. So this is sending a signal to all the way up through the central nervous system into the motor cortex that will allow the lower back and the hips to loosen up as we perform this exercise. So now we'll go ahead and I'll just kind of back this up here a little bit. So you can see I'm just going to get my feet about hip width apart. And then I am going to kneel, I'm going to fold forward here. So this is just kind of a forward fold pose. You can see the back is rounded and I'm grabbing my elbows. The elbows are going to start out just below the knees. From this point forward, I'm going to breathe in and kick my knees out, rocking very gently, very slightly onto the outside edge of the foot, about 1 inch. That's a full, silent, slow inhale through the nose. Then I'm going to exhale, and the knees are going to go in 1 inch. You'll notice as the knees come in 1 inch, I'm going to very gently rock onto the inside edge of the foot, the inside edge of the heel, the knuckle of the big toe. The toes are going to stay relaxed. And as those knees come in 1 inch, I'm going to reach those elbows down the shins, maybe a ½ inch, maybe a full inch. You're going to do that. You're going to repeat that 3 times. So inhale, knees out. Exhale, knees in, fold forward another inch. Inhale, knees out. Exhale, knees in, fold forward even more. And what you're going to notice is you will notice in your lower back as you inhale, knees out, you're going to notice expansion. You're going to notice some stretching in your lower back. That's exactly what you want to feel. That's going to loosen things up and allow you to stretch down a little more deeply. So this is a really good exercise to loosen up the lower back, loosen up those hips, loosen up the sacroiliac joints, that tailbone, and even lengthen the hamstrings. All right, everybody, I hope that was helpful. Typically, I perform this exercise 2 or 3 times. So 3 breaths, silent inhale through the nose, long, slow, gentle exhale through the mouth as those knees come together and I reach lower. So again, 3 breaths, 3 sets. All right, everybody, I hope that was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you here again next week.